Good morning, Dr. Clayman.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of How I Did That. Today we're going to be talking about my cool hip new animation, Project Science X, aka Project Science 10, aka 10-year anniversary since my first upload on YouTube. We're going to start with the script, actually. I was going to start with the models, but they're just a cute little opening characters. That's right, I did write a script for this animation, a screenplay, if you will. So here we have the scenes that would appear in the animation. As you can see, the highlights are based on how important I think that they would be, or how good it would be for the sort of video animation thing. You can tell there's some ideas that didn't make it, some ideas that made it but aren't on the script. A lot of the pre-production stuff I sort of gave up on, I just jumped right into it. But let's come down and have a look at the screenplay. As you can tell, it was going to be more like a trailer, where there would be like text. I really should have done this, come to think of it. I don't know why I didn't put text. I guess it makes sense that there isn't text. The idea of the casserole scene, casserole scene, I didn't end up doing that. Here we have teleportation to Zen scene. I didn't end up going with that because I felt like if it was a trailer, it would be bad to put it like the big twist at the end of the trailer or in the middle of the trailer. And then it ended up not being a trailer, so it didn't really matter. Then we have the classic Project Science scene. Yeah. Good morning, Dr. Clayman. That's the script, more or less what it was. Now, let's have a look at some of the sketches I did. As you can see, I did a sort of mock-up of the Gordon Clayman design, and a sort of idea if I wanted to look more like the Neverhood. Over here, the scientist design that I ended up going with. Wake up. What? The scientist design that I ended up going with over here, I think looks really nice for what it is. This was just to get a better idea of how I wanted the clothes to look. The lab coat. Here we have the Project Science scene. That's what it was originally supposed to look like with the sort of ramp here, but I ended up not going with that. And there was also going to be the main room that Gordon walks through, and then to the right, and then I ended up not doing that. Ugh. Here we have the storyboard. As you can see, I didn't do much for this. It's just like the starting train thing, and it's already wrong. I kind of realized that I don't really do pre-production, I just do it, so I just did it. Now let's have a look at these scientists. Here we have both of the Gordons, very nice. The scientist, and the Barney. None of them have their face plates, I don't know where they went. Here we have the crowbar down here. Here we have a cube that I used to match footsteps. Over here we have the building blocks of the models. This is not the mock-up. This was a simple object I made to make sure all the rooms were to scale. I just like traced the outline of these guys with the with just a generic cube. Let's have a look at how I made these guys. I have the all of the body pieces in different parts. So if there's like weird parts in the animation, I did have to go in Photoshop and like clean up some of the animated parts because the like belt and shirt would stick through the lab coat, which is kind of annoying, but not too much of a hassle to fix. What is this? Oh, that's Barney's hat. There you go, Barney. Original head models. I was originally going to do a more spherical head, like my other animations, but then I was like, you know what? Let's do cone heads. I think that's really friggin' cute. And I was right. It is really cute. It was too laggy having all the characters animated in the one scene, so I created a new file to animate them. As you can see, this is just for the quote-unquote gameplay section. All of the characters have the walk cycle, stopping and starting, and then the walk cycle in the opposite direction. And that's pretty much all you really need. And since all the rigs were the same, I was able to just copy and paste and apply the animation to all of them. A weird thing I did was I animated the hitting and the pushing without the actual object / other character as a reference. So each character was animated on their own, and then I went in and like adjusted it to make sure that they actually lined up with one another. I don't know why I didn't just animate them simultaneously. I don't know what to say. In the animating, for the blood spurts of the scientist going down, use this guy, this poor fella, as the example. We actually, if we zoom in, I drew these little blood spouts in Paint 3D, God rest his soul. So we have the blood splat and trail, and then dripping onto the floor and sort of coagulating like that. So that was done in Paint 3D, the drawing to 3D mesh tool, which is really nice if you're drawing like simple goopy sort of shapes like this. Iconic train ride sequence. As you can see, I started with the original room, the main room. I sort of had the reference for this area open, and I just modeled it to look pretty similar. And then for the tunnel scenes, I just built out the tunnels and then just set up lights and camera to go through them. Pretty slapped together, but it did the job. Capital THE hallway. It's a hallway. That's pretty much all there is to say. As you can see, I did intend on having the main room here. It was pretty late in the workings that I got rid of it. There's also these bars that are color-coded to tell the scientists where to go. I put them in because it's a nice background element, makes the environment a bit more interesting. Anti-mass spectrometer. I always think the words are weird. This is admittedly not a great effect. This is just the volume, emission volume. I wanted to, you know what? I just thought right now that I could have applied a ripple effect to make it look better. Oh well. We have some pipes in the background. These have the squish modifier, so they can just naturally fit to the scene. A few little bits and pieces holding everything together. This background is a bit bland. I was gonna put little divots in the wall, and then I didn't. The HEV scene, as you can see at the beginning, this is the 2D section, and then, oh, that's weird. 2D section, and then start into the actual animation. So this was all animated the usual way, the correct way of animating everything simultaneously. Did it lag? I think it had a bit of a lag trying to... Yeah, as you can see, the FPS is like half of what it should be, but it's fine. It's supposed to be a bit chaotic and jittery, so yeah. As you can see, there's a lot of audio stuff here. This is the ambient sound of the train going. I should have added footsteps for Barney's approach, but it's fine. Got the sound effects. Whole bunch of ambience, whole bunch of chaotic, like, banging meat sounds. Then over here, it's regular sounds of walking, pushing, heartbeats, and then we've got some footstep sounds that have directional input, just to differentiate Gordon and the other scientists' footsteps. This clip of me saying "Good morning, Dr. Clayman," I repeated that about 50 times, trying to get the inflection right, which is very annoying. One more thing. I forgot to mention, I'll put it somewhere in the video, I'm not sure exactly where, but it is being recorded a couple days later. The video was originally going to be a recording of actual gameplay. I have a basic point-and-click adventure engine, and I was going to import all the assets and make it playable in this, and then I was going to release it as a playable video on Newgrounds, but what ended up happening was it just took too long, and I wanted to get it done faster, and doing it all in video was just easier. Maybe at some point I will actually finish this. I guess it's just like a mock-up of a game. Pretty much all I have now is just the movement and the scripts to interact with things, but I haven't actually made anything actually interactable. As you can see, here's the world, and this guy was just here to get a better thing for color, because there is some light color changing going on with this. But yeah, it basically just became, this is too much effort, and so I'm going to just do it in video. So that's all that needs to be said about that. I also, for some reason, it started going in this small window. I don't know why it did that, and it's really annoying, and yeah. Back to the stuff I already recorded. And when the clothes were sticking through, I basically just took it in Photoshop, and I don't know if you can really tell. No, not really. I just used like the clone stamp to get rid of the bits of blue and black that was sticking through. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for 10 years. I'm sure there's probably like one guy who knew that that was my 10-year anniversary, and it was not me, because I missed the actual anniversary. Oh well, thank you for watching, and bye bye.